All right, so we're going to start with our place value chart. We're going to have 4 columns. And we said this one was ones. Can you guys see this normal now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let me make sure. There we go. Then we said we had tens, then hundreds, and then thousands. Okay? And I said, this is our number we're going to work with. And I asked if I wanted you to put that into standard form, do you know what that would look like? Would that look like the big fat one with plus signs? Would it look like the regular number, or would it look like words?
Regular number.
Good. Regular numbers, right?
Yeah.
So I would just rewrite this. Let me move this down so you can see. 6268. And this is standard form. And you like to think of standard as like just the normal way. The challenge with this is I need you to help me tell me where to put the comma. That's what we're trying to work on. Do you guys remember, do I start here or do I start here and count over? Do I start on the 6 or the 8?
8.
The 8. And how many am I counting over? Am I counting over 2?
3.
3, good. 1, 2, 3. So my comma should go between the 6 and the 2. And that makes it a standard form. Okay? Any questions on how to do that?
No.
Okay. So on the worksheet that I put in for today's assignment, they have their place value chart that looks like this. And I just want to show you so you don't get confused. They've got some lines. Okay, they've got lines on there. And then here they have an O, and then they have a T, and then they have an H, and then they have a TH. This just stands for ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. They didn't make the entire big rectangle. They just made the columns. Okay, so if you see a question on the worksheet and it has this, and they told you to write it in standard form, they're just asking you to do what we just did. 1, 2, 3, comma. That's our standard form. Okay, I can't see your faces, but do you guys want to shout out if you have any questions on how to do standard form? Standard just means the normal number way. Are there any questions?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right, so I'm going to move on to something a little different. So if I said I want you to write each number, and this is what you see. You see 7, my markers are dying, thousands, 4 hundreds. Let me go down so you can see the rest of it. 5 tens and 2 ones. Do you guys remember what we call that? Is that standard form, word form, or expanded form?
Word.
Good, because they're in words, right? Good. So this is now a word form. Let me put that up here. Word form. And they want you to take the word form and turn it into standard form. So they want you to take these and turn it into the regular number. So what I like to do, if it helps me, because I'm a visual learner, I want to actually draw the place value chart and plug those numbers in myself. Okay? Okay, so I know this is my ones, this is my tens, this is my hundreds, and this is my thousands, okay? So I'm just going to read it and I'm going to write what it says. So it says 7 thousandths. Okay, so I know that I have 7 in the thousands place. So I'm going to look for the thousands, and I'm going to put a 7. Okay, so now he's done. The next one they have is 400. So they're telling me to put a 4 in the hundredth spot. So I just look for the hundreds. Okay, so I'm going to put the 4 right here. Okay, so he's done. The next one says 5 tens. So where do you think I should put the 5?
In the tens.
In the tens column, right? So we got ones, then we got tens. So I'm going to put 5 here. Then he's done. And I'm left with some ones, right? It says I've got 2 ones. So I'm just going to put the 2 in the ones. Okay, so I've plugged it into my place value chart. So now when I go to run it through as a standard form, I can just write my number again, 7, 4, 5, 2. And then I'm going to count over 3. 1, 2, 3, and that's where I put my comma. So if they tell you to write the number and you see this, they want you to write that as your answer. Okay, let's do one more of these. Okay, I'm going to give you 8,000. 8,600. How about some tens? 2 tens and 0 ones. I'm just going to do that for 0. Okay, if I said write each number, we're going to start with our place value first. I told you you're going to be experts drawing this by the end of the year. So I'm going to label it. I got ones, tens, hundreds. Someone's not on mute, guys. And thousands. Okay? So now I'm just going to read it again, and I'm going to plug in the numbers where I think they belong. Okay? So first I've got 8 thousands. Okay, so ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So I'm going to put the 8 in the thousands. Okay, so he's done. And then I have 6 hundreds. So 6 should go in the hundreds. Ones, tens, hundreds. He's done. Then I have 2 tens. Ones, tens. I'm going to put the 2 here. And it says I have 0 ones. So I can't just leave him blank because I have to hold the place value. So I'm going to put the 0 in the ones. 0. So he's done. So now when it says to write the number, I'm just going to rewrite what I plugged into my place value. And then I'm going to count over 3, starting with the far right. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put my comma right there. So there is my standard form. Okay, again, I can't see your faces, so does anybody have any questions on how to take a word form and turn it into a standard form?
No.
Can you guys see each other's faces? I need your help. Someone tell me if someone has their hand up. No? Okay, great. I'm going to move on to one more thing, and then I'm going to have you pull up a worksheet, and we're going to practice a couple together, okay? Let me get some more paper. Okay, the third part that I want to show you is writing the value of each underlined digit. Guys, can you please make sure you're muted? Thank you. So this time I'm going to give you a number, and it's going to look like this. It's going to give you a standard form number, but it's going to have one of the numbers underlined. Okay? Guys, mute please. Pay attention. It wants me to tell you what the value of the underlined digit is. And remember, digit is just a fancy word for number. So it wants to know what is the value of this number. Okay, so what I like to do is plug it into my place value chart. Got my ones, got my tens, got my hundreds, and got my thousands. Okay, so I'm going to do 4, 9, 6, 8. This is pretty simple. If you're good at doing this, all you have to do now is look for the 6, look up, and notice it's in the hundreds spot. So we know it's 600, right? But remember, in expanded form, we filled these with zeros. So when we say the value of the 6 is 600, you literally write the number as you're saying it. 600. So the value of the 6 is 600. Okay, I'm going to do another one. Okay? I'm going to give you, let's do 5,039. And I want you to tell me what the 3 is. So on the worksheet, you're going to see a problem like this, okay? So I'm going to plug it into a place value chart. I'm going to do it over here. I've got ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, okay? And I'm just going to plug in my number. I always start with my ones. 9, 3, 0, 5. And they want me to figure out what the 3 is, okay? So if I look where the 3 is, it's telling me it's a 10. So I'm going to write my number 3, and then whatever digits are after it, I'm going to fill it in with a 0. And it looks like I've only got 1. So the value of 3 is 30. We've got 3 tens, because really what that's saying is 10 times 3, right here, is 30. Are there any questions on that? Do you want to do one more of these to the value ones? Oh, we have a question. Okay, what's the question? I heard we have a question. What's the question? I can't hear you.
What happened if the hundreds is a 0?
If the hundreds is the 0, and they wanted to know the value of this, then you would have, if they wanted the value of this one, you would have 0 hundreds. And I'm not going to lie, they probably will never ask you what the value of the 0 is. They're always going to ask you an actual number. Okay? But if you wanted to write it like this, if you wanted to fill in the zeros and you had 3 zeros, that's fine too. Oh, you can't even see that. Here.
One more.
Okay? Any other questions?
No.
No? No
No.
hands on there?
No.
Okay, so guys, for me to switch over, actually, you know what? I don't want to switch over yet because I want to still be able to show you some of this. Can you guys go into your Google Classroom and go to your classwork under Thursday? There's an assignment titled, what did I title this? Read and write large numbers. I think it's the very first one under Thursday, August 6th.
I got it.
When you click the assignment, you should see a math worksheet with a whole bunch of like red question marks on it.
Yep.
Okay? Cece, you're in the wrong one. You're in the one from yesterday.
You can't see mine now?
I can see your screen on my other computer.
But the other time you couldn't see my screen.
You know why? Because you signed in correctly this time. Now I can see it.
Which one is it?
Under Thursday, August 6th. You're under Wednesday. There you go. The very first one. Yeah?
I go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Can I use the restroom?
Yes.
I get water.
Yep. There you go, Cece. Is there anybody not able to find the assignment? You're going to have to say your name because I can't see your faces. Are we good?
Miss Doherty, which one is it again? It's because my screen froze when you were spinning.
Sure. It is called Read and Write Large Numbers. It's the very first one, I think, under Thursday.
Can we start?
No, because I'm going to do a couple with you, and then I'll let you start, okay? Okay, it looks like we're good on this end. Okay, so let's take a look at the first section. Okay, it says write each number. And number 1 is already done for us, so I'm going to skip to number 2. And we've got 8091. Do you see where I'm at?
Miss Daughters?
Yeah?
My number 2 doesn't say anything and it doesn't let me type.
Are you? Who's that? Who's talking? So I can see your screen.
It's Marco.
Marco. Okay. Go to your screen for me, Marco.
Okay.
Are you in your Google Classroom, Marco?
Yeah.
Okay, where is that? I don't see. There we go. Okay, because you're on. Okay, do you see the plus sign at the top of your page?
No.
The top left. Do you see the plus sign?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you see the little curvy arrow next to that plus sign?
Yeah.
Click that curvy arrow.
Oh.
Click it again.
Oh.
You keep it. There you go. So now to type on it, you're going to double click. Just like we did with the writing, you got to make sure it's highlighted before you type.
Miss Doherty.
Yes.
Are you supposed to class again? I found the thing, and I wanted to put it closer up.
Okay, so to make it bigger, you need to hold your control button down and hit that minus key a couple of times by the 0.
The minus?
Yeah, it's opposite. It's really weird, I know.
Then can you help me? Then can you help me?
Hey guys, don't forget to mute. All right, so we're on number 2. And I see on number 2 that we have 8091. And then they have our little columns here. And they've got ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Okay? And it wants me to write each number. Ooh, that's really sloppy, but okay. So it wants me to turn it into standard form. So I'm just going to rewrite the number 8091, and I'm going to count over because they want to make sure I know where to put the comma. 1, 2, 3. So I put the comma right here. So in your text box, double click, make sure it highlights, and then type 8, comma. And the comma key, guys, is the button right next to the M on the right of it. So you're going to put 8, comma, 091.
She's scared to know.
So do we answer them, or you're going to answer them with us?
I can't find it.
Who's saying I can't find it?
Austin,
Austin. Okay, let me go see where you're at.
where are we?
Okay, Austin, the very first one under that Thursday, August 6th tab, it says read and write large numbers. The very first one. There you go.
Miss Doherty, do we go to the first one or the second one?
The first page, and you're on number 2 because number 1 was already done for us. Okay, Austin, you need to make your bigger. So hold your control button and hit the minus sign a couple of times. There you go. All right, guys, I'm going to switch over to where you can see what I'm doing on the screen so I can show you how to type it. But in order for me to switch over, I might have to log out and log back in, but let's see what happens, okay? Let me just switch here. Settings. Video.
Yes, Julia.
There, I actually didn't have to do it. Can you guys see my face?
Yeah.
Yay, I didn't have to log out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to present and share my screen with you so you can see how I'm doing this on the screen, okay?
Okay.
Please make sure that you're muted. Yes, Daniela?
Can you direct you?
Yes. Okay, guys. So here's my worksheet, and I'm going to make it bigger. Okay. We're on number 2 right here. We wrote 8,091, and we decided that our comma should be right there, which they actually already put that. So we're going to, do you see this red question mark? If you click on him once, he puts a little blue text box around him. And the blinking cursor is already in there, so if you want, you can hit the backspace key and then type your answer.
No.
Or you can double click on him.
So
you can double click and make sure he's highlighted.
You have to add a comma.
Yes, so you do 8, and the comma is the button on the right side of the M, comma, 091.
Well, all of them already have the comma.
You have to type it. We're getting you used to typing it. And my text box is so small that it made it there.
Eight 091.
Okay?
8 0.
We're just getting used to typing with a computer.
I'm pressing the numbers, but it puts them. Can you see my screen?
It puts them up and down, right? Like this?
Yeah.
Let me do it again.
My numbers are
Like
in
that?
the sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
My numbers are in the sky.
Guys, you don't have to worry about this, but if it's bothering you, you could always click and drag it. Oh, wrong one. Do you see how I get an arrow here and I move it to the right? Don't worry about it though, you don't have to do it.
You're in our music Google Classroom. You click the word attendance.
I do.
And
Addition.
You gotta mute people. That's just really loud.
You can stretch it out.
Yeah, you can stretch it out. If it bothers you, I'm not worried about it. Okay? All right, I'm going to do number 3 with you and probably number 4. I'm just going to finish column A for you, okay? So for number 3, it wants us to write 6,648. So remember, we click our box and he's blinking already. So I'm just going to hit backspace and I'm going to put 6, comma, which is by the M on the right side, 648. And you're probably getting numbers that look like this. If it bothers you, you can click on the side right here on the blue box, hold down your mouse, and drag it to the right. Okay?
5, 6, 8.
If you forget how to type into here, I did make a little note up here. It says double click. Let me click this and get out of the way. Double click on the red question mark. Make sure the question mark is highlighted. Then type your answer. Okay? So let's do it again. Double click. It's highlighted just like the picture, right? Now I'm going to start typing 3, comma, by the M, 5, 4, 1. If you want to leave your numbers like that, it's okay. I'm just getting you used to typing. If
I
it
couldn't
bothers
even
you,
make it bigger if I wanted to. It won't let me.
that's okay. If it bothers you, you can drag this to the right and it spreads it out for you. Okay?
4, 5. 35.
Bless you.
That was my grandma, sorry.
Okay, so are there any questions? Let me stop presenting really quick. Are there any questions on how to enter numbers on a math sheet? Okay, so guys, if you haven't noticed, there are 3 pages to this math assignment. I do not expect you to finish all 3 pages. I want you to go ahead and work on this page only. This is the only one we went over today. We went over this section on how to enter with the commas for standard form. We went over our word form and put them into standard form. And we also went over how to find the value of each underlined digit. And if you've noticed, some of these numbers are actually the ones I modeled. So if you took notes, you probably already have some of the answers. Okay? So you have about, where's my clock?
Wait, what was the number? The last number you said again?
I don't know. Which one are you talking about?
No, the 4. Last one on A.
Oh, number 4, 3,541.
Okay. 3.
So 3, comma, 5, 4, 1.
3.
Okay, so you guys, I'm going to set you free to do your page 1. Okay, and you have until, let's see what time, you have until 2 o'clock, and then we'll take a break and we'll see how far we are with that, okay?